Yeah. So let's quickly take you through the grid once again. Marcus Gloom starts on pole position. Dan Steeman alongside on the front row with Henki Kaltren and Victor Louis. Mirko Wouters, Florian Deerda. Esteban Valkreven, Henk Voigt, Arthur Vasseur and Charlie Gloom round out the top 10. Clément Massot, Thierry Kinard. Griffin Hinwiset, Philip Svensson, Annabelle Bryan, Sam van der Heyden, Thibaut Gelad, Sibi Weimer, Raffaele Santocorno and Kibi Abraham round out the top 20 with Kevin Barker, Olivia Sampson, Keanu Wellens, Benjamin Borg, Luke Taylor, Kevin Mantinga, Kenneth Van Melkerka and Victor Venenen rounding out the 28 strong. So we are going to get things back underway once again here at Cantine d'Espagne for Heat 5 and to 15. It's always quite interesting when you see the amount of entrants and then you go, that's going to be a long day. Well, we've got a long one. We've got a long day tomorrow, folks, because it will be Championship Saturday. Unusual for me to say that because the last few rounds I've been doing, it's been Championship Sunday. But we will have Championship Sunday anyway when Mini X30, Mini Rookie, Gentleman Masters and KA 100 along with Senior Cup will join us for their one-day race weekend. More to the point, the thing is, at the moment, we have had 3 different winners from 4 different races. Can we make it a 4th different winner in race number 5? Well, Kaltren on the road won a race earlier, but he got demoted, and that was the opening heat of the weekend. So Gloom and Steeman on the front row, Kaltren and Louis on row number 2. Red lights ignited on the starting gantry ahead of 10 minutes plus an additional lap, and we're in the tram lines. Revs rise, lights are on, lights are out, we're underway. And a good start by Marcus Gloom, but a big moment. Oh, I did hear a big old whack, and then straight away the 2:03 has ended up around, and that was the Luxembourger, Florian Deerda. Hit hard and spun around at turn number 1 and already onto the very, very wet grass. Now, obviously, with the atmospherics we've got at the moment, it's not going to be easy. You hit that wet grass, you are literally like a passenger on an ice rink as we head through into turn 6 for the first time. Everyone in single file formation. But at the moment, looks like it's Marcus Gloom and Dan Steeman leading the way as we head into Escargot. Bit of argy-bargy at the back end of the field, but it is now
Henki Kaltren.
Yes, I was just about to say Henki Kaltren. Oh, someone makes a bit of a stumble coming into the penultimate right-hander on the circuit. You can see where drivers have already been off earlier on this weekend as well. But it is Henki Kaltren that leads. Dan Steeman trying to go for the race lead. Marcus Gloom 3rd, Marco Wouters. Okay, right, along with Florian Deerda. Who else dropped? Well, not really that many people. Florian Deerda just literally got punted, and well, that just goes to show when you're starting 6 on the grid, there's always going to be a little bit of a concertina melee run down to turn number 1. But Kaltren leads from Steeman. Gloom, that's Marcus Gloom in 3rd. Mirko Wouters, I think, has now got through. Yes, he has. That's the Iceland Grand Prix livery, if ever I saw it. Ahead of, that is going to be Victor Louis, who rounds out the top 5. Of course, Iceland's Grand Prix livery, it reminds me very much of the efforts of a certain team in Formula 1 in 2009 that won the F1 World Championship and Drivers' title that year, Braun GP.
Ouais, l'attaque de Victor Louis qui passe en 4e position maintenant, juste devant, c'était Mirko Wouters qui était en 4e position jusque-là. Beau dépassement clair et net de la part de Victor Louis. On avait ces 5 pilotes qui sont aux avant-postes et qui sont en train de creuser l'écart par rapport à leurs poursuivants. Avec ce dépassement, il y a un petit écart qui s'est créé entre Marcus Gloom, le poleman, et Victor Louis. Mais Victor Louis affiche pour l'instant un très bon rythme et il pourrait revenir très rapidement sur le trio de tête, emmené par un Henki Kaltren qui est à la recherche de sa première victoire. Tout à l'heure, il était passé en tête. Le drapeau à damier, mais il avait été pénalisé dans la foulée pour avoir en tout cas
un peu plus avant
Oui, un départ anticipé en tout cas de la
ouais.
part d'Enki Kalteren. Pendant ce temps, c'est Dan Steenman, le pilote néerlandais, qui passe en tête de cette manche qualificative. Alors on sait très bien que ce n'est pas toujours la meilleure position hein, si les autres sont juste derrière vous, parce que vous avez ce fameux phénomène de l'aspiration qui a toute son importance, et notamment ici à Mariembourg avec une ligne droite d'arrivée qui est toujours très longue, avec ce premier virage qui est toujours une belle opportunité de dépassement. Et donc pour l'instant la pression dans ce cadre-ci avec un regroupement en tête, et bien c'est Dan Steenman qui l'a en premier. Attention à la bagarre derrière, parce que Marcus Glum lui a connu une première manche qualificative tout à l'heure assez délicate, assez compliquée. Il a envie de prouver qu'il a bel et bien le rythme et qu'il ne doit pas son excellent chrono en qualification au hasard. Et regardez qui vient s'intercaler en troisième position, c'est Victor Louis. Lui aussi, hein, il a eu des hauts et des bas cette saison, et il a clairement l'intention de venir jouer aux avant-postes ici à Mariembourg. C'est un tracé qu'il connaît particulièrement bien, évidemment. Mais tous le connaissent très bien hein. Désormais ce tracé de Mariembourg, ça fait des années pour certains que l'on participe à ces courses de l'IME Series Benelux, et donc les moindres recoins de ce karting d'Effagne, tout le monde les connaît finalement.
Et aussi regarde la bagarre après le top 5 en ce moment pour la 6e place entre Clément Massot, Annabelle Prion et Henk Roy. So battle for 6 also raging on with intensity. Clément Massot has just managed to get through on Annabelle Bryan, who was up 9 places early doors. But here goes Henki Kalteren, pulls the trigger up the inside, returns the favour to Dan Steenman. But you can sense that Victor Louis is also on the epicenter. Oh, a little bit of a rub on the back bumper of the Dutch driver from Victor Louis, who gets sideways under, breaking through turn 3. Victor Louis now gets through and now takes second position. A little bit of a bump and run, as the Australian Supercars crowd would call it. But the main thing was Steenman did not lose out big time. But Marcus Glum has just got through on him for third place. Medical Voters for Eichmann's Grand Prix on the heels of Dan Steenman from KCR Racing. Clément Massot, Annabelle Bryan and Henk Royk still embroiled in that trio of carts, squabbling away. Esteban Volgrave and Tihon Kinard rounding out the top 10. Kevin Lantinga up 11 places, the elder brother of Roxanne Lantinga, who we'll see in action a little bit later on. Now up to 15th. It could be a little bit more, it might be more than that very, very shortly. But no, Lantinga holds station in 15th place. But wow, what can you say at the battle at the front end of the field? But Kalteren has got pace, and he's also got purchase in terms of an advantage over Victor Louis. Gap just under 6/10.
Oui, 5 dixièmes d'écart entre le leader et son plus proche poursuivant, entre Henki Kalteren et Victor Louis, 5 dixièmes, mais un écart qui pourrait là aussi diminuer très fortement dans les prochaines minutes. 3 minutes 40 et un tour encore au programme de cette manche qualificative. Derrière, eh bien, on s'est bagarré pour la 3e position. Marcus Glum qui a repris l'avantage sur Dan Steenman. On a perdu un tout petit peu le contact par rapport aux deux leaders, et regardez, ça se barre encore avec Dan Steenman qui est passé à l'intérieur du premier virage. C'est une tradition ici à Mariembourg évidemment, mais on n'a pas tenté de fermer plus que ça la porte du côté de Marcus Glum. Et attention, parce que derrière Mirko Wouters pourrait encore profiter de cette bagarre pour revenir un peu plus. Derrière, on a vu le groupe des poursuivants, du deuxième groupe de poursuivants, avec Clément Massot qui devance pour l'instant Annabelle Briand et Henk Voijk, deux pilotes néerlandais, donc juste derrière Clément Massot qui a effectué une belle remontée depuis le début de cette manche qualificative. 5 places de gagner pour celui qui s'était imposé du côté de Genk en juillet. On s'en souvient, dans une finale qui avait été assez chaotique en termes de conditions météo, avec la pluie qui s'était invitée alors que la plupart des pilotes étaient partis en pneus slick, à l'exception évidemment de Clément Massot notamment, qui était parti dernier et qui avait finalement remporté cette finale. Et ici, il prouve qu'il peut aussi s'inviter à la bagarre aux avant-postes, même sans profiter de conditions exceptionnelles. Derrière, on a toujours cette bagarre pour la 3e position avec Dan Stenman qui a désormais pris un peu l'avantage sur Marcus Glum, qui voit revenir Mirko Wouters maintenant. Donc on est toujours sur cette bagarre pour la 6e position. Clément Massot juste devant l'une des féminines du peloton, Annabelle Briand, qui est là en 7e position et qui avait brillé aussi lors de la Ladies Cup au Mans.
She did really well on the Sunday morning, really well. Great question from AVW on YouTube. Is Arthur Delonca driving under UAE license, or is it his nationality? Well, the family's Belgian, if I remember correctly, because I noticed the race suit he was wearing this morning in the wet was Brand Racing. Danny Brandt from the Netherlands, known very well. If I remember correctly, the family's Belgian, but I think he is actually he's actually got the UAE nationality, because I think he might have been born there. I'm not 100% sure, but we will double check on that for you. That's actually a really good question when a driver races under a different nation, but also there are a lot of drivers that I know from the UAE anyway that have raced under UAE nationality, some of which have actually been born in the Emirates. So we'll get back to you. If we don't get back to you today, we'll find out ready in time for the stream tomorrow, so don't worry about that. 34 seconds to go. Caltron holding on to the race lead. Louis in second. Steeman in third. Wouters up the inside of Gloom. That's a great move through at turn number 3. You said turn 1's a great place. Turn 3 is also pretty magnificent in its own right when you get the run coming out of turn number 2. But Caltron with 15 seconds to go. Next time around, we are going to be on the final lap of the race, because we are coming towards the end of the time hitting 0 here at Mariembourg, and you can already see a little bit of the sunlight is starting to fade. I mean, a week ago at Le Mans, the sunset was around about 7:30 in the evening time, and to be honest, when we left the circuit yesterday, one more lap to go. And Caltron still leads, and more to the point there, Steeman trying to get through on Victor Louis. Right, let's have a look. Sunset due at 18:58 local time. Victor Louis' back axle snapping under hard braking into turn number 3 as the leaders go through turn 4 for the final time. Caltron has got daylight because Louis having to defend against Steeman on the run down to turn number 6. Louis defends. Steeman tries to force the issue. Wouters holding on in front of Marcus Glum as we go into Escargot for the final time for these drivers for today. Yellow flags going into, Arthur Vasseur, that could be the kart that's off the circuit. But out of the final right-hander, over the crest we go. Finally, Henki Caltron takes a race win in heat number 5. He was denied earlier, and it's an RSD 1-2 courtesy of Victor Louis with KCR's Dan Steeman rounding out the top 3. Mirko Wouters from EGP ahead of Marcus Glum, with Annabelle Bryan bettering Clément Massot in the dying stages. She takes 6th ahead of Clément Massot. Henk Voigt, Tihon Kinau and Esteban Volgrave rounding out the top 10. Thibaut Gillard, Charlie Glum, Kevin Lantinga makes it to 13th ahead of Sam van der Heyden. Griffin Himvinset completing the top 15. Kevin Bucker, Sibi Weimar, Keanu Valens, Kibi Abraham, Luke Taylor and Philip Swenson ran at the top 21 with Raffaele Santocorno, Vitte Venenen, Olivia Sampson, Benjamin Borg and Kenneth van Mokerke rounding out the 26 finishers. Unfortunately, Arthur Vasseur we saw on the penultimate right-hander on the left-hand side of the corner, out of the kart and assisted by the marshals with Florent Dierda after that turn 1, lap 1 incident. 2:03 from Luxembourg would retire on the spot.